Hilton Head Town Manager Steve Riley joins us. Steve, we have talked a lot in the past about storm preparedness. How have things been the same and yet very much different, trying to anticipate what's going on now?
Well, it's interesting you say that because months ago we set up an exercise, what they call a tabletop exercise, and we took a morning, 3 or 4 weeks ago now.
Okay.
And our exercise was a pandemic. And we started off with, there's a regional-wide problem here, and multiple states and multiple people out of action, and here's a list of all the people who already are out of action at Town Hall, and what do you do? And it is different than the hurricane. There's things that are the same, but it is different, and it taught us and caused us to start questioning some things, and so we've been doing some research, so we're maybe slightly better off than we might otherwise have been. But basically, the hurricane, the governor's ordered a mandatory evacuation, get the heck out. Well, now we're kind of stepwise.
Yeah, don't leave yet.
Don't leave yet, and we're not gonna block the island, and we're not gonna seal off the island.
Right.
But we're gonna react as best we can to the best advice, and we're taping this, and 10 minutes after we get done taping, the advice might change, but at this point, we're canceling community meetings, public meetings of our boards and commissions. The council is continuing to meet, but committees aren't meeting. Planning Commission, other boards and commissions, we've asked them to stop meeting. Rec Center has stopped its programming or is phasing that out. Buildings will probably be closed, but restrooms will be accessible, parks will be accessible. I can't stop you from going to the beach, and so we're going to keep the restrooms open as long as we can. Okay. We also realize people are going to go stir crazy, they want to get out, so we're trying to offer some services. Town Hall is currently open.
Yeah.
How long, and urging people to either phone ahead or do as much of the business as they can online or by phone.
I was going to say, as much as possible. I mean, it's just common sense. Yeah. Try not to have interactions with other people, and particularly a lot of other people. And yes. You talk about town business. If you've got business with the town, you need a permit for this or that or the other, call and see what can be done on the phone or online, and before you go marching down to Town Hall.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, common sense throughout this whole thing. Is there anything? Have you sent people home?
At this point? Well, with schools closed,
right.
We've got a lot of parents,
okay.
So they're just not able to come in. We're trying to figure out. We have a limited number of people who previously been identified as essential staff who had laptops that could fully access our systems.
Okay.
But we don't have a lot of those, and so there's a lot of people who don't have that, and we're trying to figure out what can they do from home without compromising our computer system.
There's really no reason to panic here, is there?
There really is. I mean, we're all in this. We're all going to get through this. We're all going to come out at the other end someday, and whether that's 2 weeks or whenever, I don't know. But we're a prepared community. We are
is the fact that we have been,
that figures its way through things.
I was just going to ask you, is the fact that we have been through some stuff before the last 3 or 4 years, is that helping us, if nothing else, in the mindset of the folks in Town Hall?
Absolutely. Yeah. There's a real can-do spirit there, and there is a we've been through this before spirit. So we're learning different lessons. We're adjusting. Particularly, one of the things we're trying to adjust on the fly is our fire and emergency response services, and we've got a single truck with 2 people, so we don't expose too many people when we get those calls that are flu-like or maybe COVID symptoms. But we're also finding that we've got to ask some more questions. We went to a heart attack, and it turned out to be something really different than a heart attack, and suddenly we potentially expose a whole group of people. So we're constantly adjusting. We want to provide services to you. We want to be safe, but we also want to keep our own people safe, and we want to keep them out of harm's way so that they're available to service the next call.
Keep them working
after that.
Yeah, we got to keep them working. So another bit of advice then for folks: when you do call for emergency services, be a little more specific about what you really need.
and what you think might be going on,
Yeah.
or where else you've been. Yeah, those are the questions that are going to help us figure out how to best tailor the response and
Okay.
get you the services you need.
Good stuff. What's open and what's closed and how any of that could change during the week, you want to go to the town website for all of that, because that's it's going to be back and forth, and it is indeed a moving target, all of this. Thank you so much, Steve. We appreciate the time.
And official sources.
Official sources are important. That's right. Yeah, Facebook's not necessarily a good thing right now. Thanks so much, Steve. Hilton Head Town Manager Steve Riley.